Hey, what's going on? So I am Ruff. My real name is Nick Ruffalo. I'm a 21-year-old college student from New Jersey. I go to Gettysburg College out in Pennsylvania. I'm a current junior there, and I am a dance pop producer, artist, the whole nine there.
Sweet. Well, how'd you get the name Ruff? Where'd that come from?
My last name Ruffalo.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually reached out to me to be featured on the podcast. I don't even remember how you like found it. It was just Instagram, but all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, who's this guy? So what inspired you to like get in touch with me and want to be featured?
Yeah, I've just been reaching out to lots of different outlets, trying to make more connections and network in the scene and kind of branch out to more than just friends and family and really build connections with people who are fully invested into the entire industry of dance music and really the culture and community that comes with it is very hard to find on a micro level. But when you kind of have these platforms like Instagram and Facebook and stuff, you find that there's a lot more people out there than you expected that are really like involved on a higher level than just your friends and family when it comes to dance music, and it's awesome and it's great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think Instagram. Most of my bookings, actually, even future ones coming up, are all based off Instagram, and it's just like, all right, well, I guess it's the networking platform of how I find everyone. But yeah, I agree, and I think that's so awesome that you do reach out to other people beyond just your area, because I know mainly with this podcast, I mean, obviously I'm trying to branch out and do the same thing as well, but I'm also trying to give back to the city that I came from, which is Sacramento, out in California. So but yeah, it's a pleasure having you on. So thank you for reaching out, and I'm super excited for your episode that's going to come out. I've listened to another podcast that you were on, and you spoke about how you got your start in music, making playlists for just high school parties and stuff like that. Tell us about the journey of from there to where you are now and what you've accomplished so far.
Yeah, definitely. So when I was in high school, after all our football games and stuff, like I would just always have my phone connected to the speaker, and I would just have a playlist that I would add to new music from that week too, and kind of get it ready for the weekend with what I thought would be, the most fun songs to listen to at our parties. And then it just kind of progressed to, well, hey, I don't want to have to sit here and deal with my phone clicking next, next, next every time. So let's just put them all into one mix beforehand and just throw that on. And then that progressed into, well, it'd be kind of cool if this song was mashed up with this song so I could put that in the mix. And then that progressed into, well, now I want to learn how to produce fully so it's not just other instrumentals and acapellas, but I could take that acapella and build my own instrumental around it. And then once everything went down last year with COVID, like right around that March spot is when I was just finishing up my first original that I actually was without it, even though without it came out after Self Sabotage. That was like the
Right.
first original song I ever finished fully. And then COVID hit and I reached out, and I'll tell the story about how Self Sabotage came to be a little later. But then, so those were the two like original songs I really ever worked on, produced, started, and it all
Which
started
actually
just
you had
from
some. I
high
mean,
school playlisting and kind of progressing from Spotify playlists to making mixes to making mashups to making remixes. And that's kind of the natural progression I think
right.
everyone kind of goes through.
Right. Yeah, you had a lot of good traction with, I mean, so far with just the two songs that you've produced. Um, I know with the one song Without It, that's with Robbie Rosen, who's an American Idol finalist. How did you get in touch with him? And how did that story of that song happen?
Yeah, so I actually found Robbie on this website called Sound Better, where like that's where you could connect with really anyone of any kind of like musical talent, like whether you're like if you're looking for someone to record the banjo for your next song. Like you'll find someone on Sound Better to do that. So I was looking for a singer, so I found Robbie on there, reached out to him on there, and then we just had a great relationship writing together. Like we clicked immediately, and we're like we could really do something special. So we've written a few other songs that will be coming out this year. He's featured as a singer on another song. So we've just been working together ever
Sweet.
since. And it all just started through Sound Better.
So it's gonna go past just that one song. Then you guys are actually like
Oh,
doing some more work.
definitely.
Oh, sweet, awesome.
We got
Yeah, it's a
another
great,
one
great
for
song.
March.
I'm gonna cut to that real quick, so you can listen to that because that's the song that I did want to feature on this, since he's an American Idol finalist. So give him the respect he deserves. So why don't we cut to that and we'll come right back.
Last night, who knew that it would change my life? So hold tight, and I'll be there by your side. Woke up daydreaming about you, doing things I never do, obsessing and losing my cool. This ain't right, running it back in my mind, repeated hundreds of times, wishing it was more than one night.
All right, so super impressive song. Now we're gonna jump into the backstory of Mikey C and the self-sabotage song that you wrote. What's the story with that, and how you got connected with him as well?
Yeah, so fun story about that track. So there's this other website called Quadio, and that's kind of like SoundCloud for college artists. So it's like a similar layout to SoundCloud where there's like the feed of all the songs posted and like the stream of like reposts and stuff, but it's specifically only just college students, whether you're a producer, rapper, there's managers, like the whole nine, like every possible category of music is on there. And I was looking, just perusing around. I had gotten like an invite code, was just checking it out, and then I found Lila on there, the singer,
Yeah.
and she just so happened to not only did I find her on there, but she just so happened to be good friends with my friend's girlfriend at the time.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I was like, all right, I have an insider connection. I found her on here. She's got a great voice. I got to do something with her. We got all the time in the world. This was like right the week after COVID just started. I was like, I got to figure out a way to just get as much music done as possible. So I reached out to her. She was like, and she had this song, Self-Sabotage, that sounded like totally different than the version that we have out today. So she sent me over that. I started working on it, added that like guitar, changed the vibe. It was really sad. I wanted to make it happier. And as I was working on it, I had just known Mikey C just through like SoundCloud. We'd repost each other's remixes and stuff, like kind of just how SoundCloud works. Like everybody knows every other SoundCloud artist. So then I was just like, the way he produces, like, and like the stuff he makes, like I just know for a fact he could add so much to the song. Like, we got to get him on this. So I reached out and he was like, this sounds great. Like, let's do it. Like he hops on. I send him the project file. Next day he sends back something. I'm like, dude, like it hasn't even been 12 hours. This sounds phenomenal. We got on a Zoom and like tightened everything else up, finished it up, and then within like a week of me connecting with Lila to me connecting with Mikey to that Zoom to the final product was like literally a week.
Damn.
The track was done. It was crazy.
Holy crap. Yeah, that's like, I mean, some people, I mean, big time, like, EDM producers, they'll talk about making songs in like a day and whatnot, but 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. So writing a full song start to finish and as good as it is, like, that's impressive, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that song took a week, but then there's other songs that
Yeah.
are taking a year. So
Right. Yeah.
there's the trade-off for
And the
sure.
power, that goes to show the power of, great collaboration too. And just everyone collectively, like, yeah, we want to get this thing, just letting the flow and, meshing everyone together, and that flow and creative energy there's a lot of power in that. So, let's get to know you a little bit more. What do you do in your spare time outside of music?
Big with I like to play Madden every once in a while when I'm taking a break from working on songs. I'll play some Madden. Not too much. I mean, I'm working, like I work
Yeah.
out every morning. I just like to get up at like 5:30 and just get it done. So then
Yeah.
the rest of the day I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
But I mean,
That's
yeah,
a, that's
I
a,
just
that's a struggle I have for sure. Is like getting up and I'm like, especially on my days off, I'm like, when I go to, I work at Amazon, so when my work days, I have to get up at 5 o'clock, and I'm like on a schedule, like I gotta get out the door. Then on my days that I'm like able to be home, like I just want to work on my stuff and do my own thing, and it's like, and then you like kind of overlook, like, that's a good idea though. Wake up in the morning, get your workout done, and then carry on with your day. Because then I get wrapped up in stuff, and it's like, oh wow, it's 8 p.m. already. Shit, I gotta work out, and it's like at night, and I'm like, I need to stop doing that. But, and then you're also a college student. Do you have a job outside of just music, or is that your?
Oh yeah, I was working for Verizon over winter break,
Okay.
working for them doing sales for their cable and internet, but now there's just no time
Yeah.
to really but I do a lot of now, thankfully, a ton of like production, mixing, mastering, just a ton of like jobs are coming in for
Oh,
me
sweet.
through Sound Better and Fiverr and all those websites. So I have up the wazoo, like a laundry list of songs to work on that are now going to be my source of income, which is
Right.
very nice to be seeing almost a full-time income while still in college
Yeah.
from music. So
Yeah,
this
that's
has always been the
awesome.
goal.
I'm a little behind behind you in that aspect right now, but yeah, it's definitely like whenever that time comes, it's gonna be like, yeah, finally.
Yeah.
So I bet it's a nice feeling.
Um,
What are you studying right now in college?
so my major is called Business, Music, and Management. So it's
Oh,
like
sweet.
this program where you can kind of like design your own major at my
Hmm.
school. So that's like what I did. So I'm taking some of the business classes and some of like the music theory, history of music classes, and then I just kind of combine them into one and then titled it Business, Music, and Management.
I've never even heard of that. I didn't even know you could make it. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I know I'm going to be going, like I said earlier, the Icon music business program, but kind of the same idea is like some of it is like, how do you sign contracts? How, like all the business, like actual business end things with advertising and marketing and like branding and like all that. And then the other side of it, it's like, I got to learn Ableton and I got to learn, all the tools that all the artists that I'll be working with, that, at some point that they're going to be using. So the hybrid between the two. What are you trying to do as far as like, do you want to be a full-time producer later on in life, or are you trying to get into like
Yeah.
this whole business too? Or are you just doing
Um,
that? You're just doing that to, back yourself up and then,
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, I think the goal, I mean, there's like a lot of people I could pick from, but I guess just off the top of my head, like someone like Sam Felt, like he's got his own
Oh, so
label.
good. Yeah.
He's doing all his own, like he's pumping out originals every month, but he's also doing like a ton of fun pop remixes.
Yeah.
So I think like kind of modeling a
Yeah. He
career
did.
like his would be amazing.
He did
Um,
one of his more recent songs, which is everyone probably knows what the song is, but the Post Malone song that he did, fantastic song. I love that. That's probably one of my favorites of his.
oh yeah.
Um, all right, well, what's to come for the future of the Ruff project? Coming up in the next year. What's your goals?
So we have next release coming up is February 26th, and then March 24th. So that's the short term next 2 months release wise. What's going on? And then kind of longer term, just across the year, there's going to be between my own original songs, remixes of my original songs, remixes I'm doing of songs. There's going to be a release through Ruff at least every 4 to 6 weeks.
Sweet. That'll be
So
awesome. Really
I'm excited
growing.
about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know you do have those your main staple that you have behind you right now are those 2 songs with Mikey C and Robbie Rosen, but that's gonna be awesome. Releasing more music and actually getting like are you gonna be working on an EP or a full album or anything like that or?
I may possibly take 3 of the songs that I have right now that are all just single releases and kind of at the end tie them into because they do tie together really well.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll
Sweet.
see. I mean, I kind of just want to play the singles game as long as I can to build up like a fan base that wants the album
Right.
instead of just giving the album when
Yeah.
no one asked for it because
Right,
there's
right,
no
right.
one that knows you yet because
Right.
you didn't play the singles game.
Yeah. Definitely think that's a good way to go. A good way to go is just keep pushing stuff out, man. And then eventually, that'll give you enough. Like, oh, you wrote that, and you wrote that, and that, and that. Okay, like this guy's like really good. Like, so yeah, that's a good plan. I like the singles game is definitely important part of the beginning journeys of a new producer. All right, well, we're gonna wrap things up. How can our listeners get in touch with you, and what platforms are you on, and all that?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, I never expected it even 3 months ago for me to ever say this, and I planned on never saying this, but TikTok's where I'm at. That's my biggest platform these days. I'm on there. I'm posting videos every day. I'm doing live sets now with like live drums, piano, the whole nine. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So
Sweet.
I just started that last week, and there was like a ton, over 300 people were on the stream, like just having a great time. So I'm going to be doing that every
great.
Wednesday. Instagram and everything is just Ruff Music Official, Spotify Ruff. But I'm most active on Instagram and TikTok for sure.
Yeah. We are, like we said earlier, we connected on Instagram, so that's a good platform. Man, a TikTok game. I've been wanting to do it, but I'm like, what am I gonna post? Like, I'm not like, a lot of TikTok videos are like they have to be funny or they have to do this, and it's like, I don't even know what to post, man. So
I'm a strong believer in TikTok. I think it's the number one most important thing for every single artist in the music business.
Yeah,
far and away, there's nothing more important for musicians to be doing right now than TikTok.
The algorithm is like so beneficial because anyone can find you.
It's the only way to discover new artists you've never heard of before.
Yeah,
because typically it'd be like, oh, you're at a music festival, you're waiting for the Zed set. Let me just catch this random person. Oh, I really like their music.
Right.
Oh, now I'm going to follow them and keep up with them because I liked their show that I saw. But now there's no shows, so you're not going to discover new artists performing. Like, yeah, you can discover new artists on YouTube and Spotify of their songs already, but like you're not really discovering them performing. But oh, this person's singing, playing the piano on a video. Algorithm put it in front of me because they'll know I like it. Oh, now I'm going to follow them and follow their career and become a fan of them. And it's just never really been on this like level where it's so targeted and everything's so like like every other day there's a new person going viral, and it's through music and their songs taking over Billboard, and it's just crazy. And we've never seen like a time like this. So everybody in the music business has got to capitalize.
I know. I've been hearing like almost every single day, like something about TikTok. I'm like, I know I need to do it. Okay, universe, leave me alone. I'll do it. Okay, maybe I'll do that today. I'll get that done today. But yeah, then I'll pick your brain about hey, what content should I put out? Hey, give me some direction because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. We will keep in touch. Good luck to you and your future career, and I wish you all the best. But thank you for reaching out to me as well. It's a pleasure having you on today.
Of course, I appreciate you having me. I had a great time.